seems sometimes the best stories, they just kind of tell themselves, don't they? Here's another one. Have you heard about this new robot that seems to be able to jump and spin and do things that most human beings can't even do? Well, it's getting a lot of buzz online. The video's gone viral showing what may be the future of robots. What is it? RT correspondent John Huddy has this story for us.
It's called Atlas, and it was developed by the tech company Boston Dynamics. The robot stands 4 foot 9 inches and weighs 176 pounds, but it has the agility and nimbleness of a professional gymnast, rolling, jumping, and spinning. The video posted September 24th and already has more than 3 million views. Boston Dynamics writes, "We created the maneuvers using new techniques that streamline the development process. First, an optimization algorithm transforms high-level descriptions of each maneuver into dynamically feasible reference motions. The robot then tracks the motions with what's called a model predictive controller, thus developing a routine, quote, significantly faster than previous Atlas routines. Translation, it's faster, stronger, and better." Boston Dynamics is known for creating robots that mimic humans and animals, like Spot here. Cool, but also kind of creepy. This video from 2016 shows an older version of Atlas marching through snowy woods. Just imagine hundreds or thousands of them, kind of like the droid army from the Star Wars Phantom Menace movie. Steady. Back to the Atlas robot in video. One YouTube user describes a fictitious conversation going like this. Boston Dynamics employee, "Hey pal, how are you today? Atlas, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle." Sound familiar?
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
For now, Atlas doesn't ride a motorcycle or wear clothes. It also doesn't have the artificial skin that some companies are already in the process of developing for robots. But that's for a later story. To quote the Terminator, "I'll be back." For the news with Rick Sanchez, I'm John Huddy.
I kind of figured that John Huddy was going to give us that kind of ending. Look who's here. Hi, Lionel.
Hello, Rick.
How are you?
Excellent.
You know, it's cute. I look at those videos and it's kind of fun to watch. And you start thinking, wow, that's really cool. Is there another side to it that we should be thinking about?
By design. Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Why does a robot have to look like a man? Why does it have to have legs and arms and a head and jump? Because by design, they want the robot and you to relate as something you know. Remember during our era of Lost in Space, Ranger Will Robinson, R2-D2, the lovable robot.
Right.
Now imagine that has 50 caliber machine guns or lasers. It's not cute anymore.
Right.
What scares me, Rick, more than the robot is artificial intelligence. That is something. Remember, we program robots.
By the way, I can't stop, you know, I'm a big sports fan. So on weekends, I like to watch my Minnesota Twins or Miami Dolphins or whatever. I like to watch sports. Every commercial is about, you know, artificial intelligence. It's coming. It's going to be great. It's going to make your life wonderful. I think about you all the time when I see those commercials. They're everywhere.
Artificial intelligence programs itself. And the first thing artificial intelligence wants to do is to figure you out. And whenever we talk about robots, whether it's sex robots or war robots, we're not talking about something that we are in control of anymore. Now, the next part, once these are armed, let's go back in time. One of the worst things that ever happened in warfare was the use of the longbow. Because it was the first time that man separated himself from mano a mano. I'm looking at you in the eye and I'm stabbing you and I'm smelling you when we're fighting. And once I distance myself from my enemy, I lose the impact of what I'm doing. You're not the same. I can divorce myself. I've shot the arrow. I don't have to
It's
see
almost
it.
cowardly, right?
It's called artillery. It's called bombing. It's called warfare. Now, one of these days, we're going to have something like this, and they're going to tell you, Rick, there's not going to be any more Vietnam memorials. Not one American soldier will have to lose his life. Not one pilot. No more POWs. We remember the pilots who were shot down, brought back. We wore POW bracelets. No more.
Wow.
How can you turn your back on that? But goes back to iRobot and Asimov and open the bay door.
So given where we are, this is fascinating and very well described by you, by the way. We're already almost there with drones, for example, and we're down to...
The book of Jeremiah 3:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakakadash, the Bohana to the elder and apostle of the Miston, a peace, blessing, and exaltation to Yakiamu, pushing these truths to the four winds of the heaven. It's your brother Shaya, coming to you again with this precept. I hope you brothers can be edified. And in this video you saw the danger of AI robots on display. This AI robot can do a backflip, they can do flying kicks, man. And amen, these robots, man, are not humans, man. These are beasts, newly created beasts, man. New Esau'S created beasts, man. And all of you people who prepare yourself, you go to the gun range so that you can take arms against Esau, with your pistol or whatever gun you are holding. We are here to inform you of what force you will be going against this, man. It will be no Esau, no Edomite with their pistols coming against you. It will be robots, AI technology, biological weapon, genetic modified insects and vectors and virus and parasite, man. And another thing, this robot, man, they don't take a break, they don't go to toilet, they don't eat, they don't take breaks, call their girlfriend or whatever, their family. They are not worried about their family being invaded by the police. When all hell breaks loose, man, that's when you will know that the men of the Lord were among you, telling you that that day is great, man. So let's go back to Genesis, man, and see where all of this started, man. Genesis 27. Genesis 27 and 40. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall save thy blood. And it shall come to pass, when you shall have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. So all of this goes back to that ancient hatred, man. The Edomite hated us for stealing the birthright. They say that we stole the birthright, but what they don't know, Esau sold his birthright on his own will. He despised Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. So this time around, during the Jacob trouble, Esau want to give it a go and take back his birthright by force, man, by using his blessing. And now his blessing have become more sophisticated than before, because Esau can create this new lab beast, AI robots, biological weapon in warfare. It will be spook out of there, man. It won't be sweet. So let's go back to Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain sin? Who is this, man? This is mainly Esau. Esau is in a lead of the heathen to imagine a vain sin, man. Verse 2, the king of the earth set themselves, and the ruler take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying. So who are these kings of the earth? These are the wicked elite. So you see, this is the wicked elite of Esau, man. They imagine a vain sin because they know with the Israelites here on earth they can't fulfill their desires. They can't bring to pass their new world order. So what they came with is to make sure that they cheap every Israelite, to make you a perpetual slave, to make you worship as a white man. And as those of you who are a threat to his new world order, all of you will get killed. That's why Esau now is locked and loaded, man, and ready to go, man. See, to bring his new world order. That's why we say the cheap is coming, man. You keep on despising as a cheap. The cheap is coming. The wisdom of Solomon 12. This is wisdom of Solomon. Let me find that scripture. Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 18. Oh, unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created, breathing out airs, a fear vapor, or feels scant of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroys them. So we see here this newly created beast. This will be in two ways. A newly created beast like Leviathan, which were created by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and a newly created beast which were created by Esau, this lab created beast, or this AI robots, and whatever beast Esau have, man, we don't know of. Esau have weapon we don't know of, man, because Esau is a wicked and a very cunning person. So the Lord made Esau to create this newly created beast so to fulfill his wills, as he spoke in Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 18. So all of this were prophesied in the scriptures, man. So let's go to the book of Daniel 11 and 1. And at that time, which time, man, Jehovah trouble, shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. What does this mean, man? So Jehovah trouble will be way more worse than any other time which happened here on earth, man. Jehovah trouble will be much worse than slavery. Jehovah trouble will be much worse than the siege of Jerusalem or trail of tears, man, or anything, or any troubles the Israelites went here on earth, man. Such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And all that time thy people And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Which book, man? It is talking about the elect, man. And the men of them shall sleep in the dust of the earth, shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. See? So that's it, man. So from there, in the same book, let's jump to verse 4. But though O Daniel shut up the word and sealed the book even to the time of the end, many shall run to and fro, and the knowledge shall be increased. So this is talking about this knowledge, man, which we have right now, as a missile technology, AI technology, and everything you see as the wonders of the beast, man. The lamb with 2 horns, which spake like a dragon. He made fire to come out of heaven in the sight of men, man. And he did many wonderful miracles, man, like how you saw in this video. So from there, let's jump to Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the power of the heaven shall be shaken. So this is to prove that Jacob trouble haven't happened yet. I mean, Jacob trouble was not in 70 AD or during slavery. I mean, when Jacob trouble happened immediately after that time, then Yahweh will be coming, man. So this is to prove, and it is a cut for you who believe Jacob trouble have already happened. Jacob trouble haven't happened, man. Wait for it till it come, man. And it will be the day in which the Lord kill off 2 said, man. Kill off 2 said off the map. Zechariah. Let's see. This is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, says the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So, what weapon will the Lord use to cut off 2 said, man? Esau is the biggest weapon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have ever made here on earth, man. That's why he gave Esau the technology to come up with this wicked invention, so that he can put to death all of you 2 said, man. See? Yeah, man, Esau will come in like flood, as the scripture tell you, man. Let's see. This is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, and the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So what is that, man? What is that flood, man? That's talking about Esau invasions, man. Newly created beasts, Esau troops, man, and everything he got, you don't even know. See? Again, this is Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So even the scripture tell you that the devil will lay hands on some of you brothers, man. But the scripture goes on to tell you that fear not, man, because the Lord will be with you. Be faithful unto death, man. Nothing shall separate you from the love of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And the Lord in return, he will give you everlasting life and the crown, man, so that you can be able to rule the nation when the kingdom of heaven will be here, man. So he wanted to do a quick report on that. I hope you brothers are edified. Shalom.